three-dimensional objects. Alright. These aren't your formula sheet you'll be using, but area is base times height. Area of triangle, 1/2 base times height. Parallelogram, base times height. Trapezoid, 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times the height. A rhombus or a kite, 1/2 the first diagonal times the second diagonal. Circle area, pi r squared. Circumference, pi times diameter, or 2 pi r. These are the same thing, because 2 times r is d. A regular polygon, 1/2 the apothem times the perimeter. Okay, in terms of pi, again, the circumference is, if this is 9, then this is 18. So circumference is pi times diameter. The area is radius squared times pi. Now, if you just multiply those numbers by 3.14, you get 56.5 and 254.5. Find the radius and circumference of a circle with the area of 225. So again, area is pi r squared. We know it's 225 pi equals pi r squared. So we're going to divide by pi, which cancels. So r squared is 225. Square root both sides, and r is 15, which makes the diameter 30, and the circumference is 30 pi units. All right. Formula here is area is 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times the height, which you gotta be careful, that's the true height. Alright, so you gotta pay attention to make sure that you're looking at the height, the true height, not 7. Okay? The height that connects the two bases at a 90-degree angle. So that's why it's 5, not 7. And once you calculate that, you will get 74.5 square inches. This one's a little trickier because you know this is 6 feet, so that makes this 6 feet. So we have a 45, 45, 90. If this is 5, then this has to be 5 also, which makes this 5, because the legs are congruent. So that means this base is 16. So area is 1/2 6 plus 16 times 5. So 16 plus 6 is 22. Half of that is 11 times 5 is 55 square feet. Okay, area of parallelogram is just base times height. And the height has to be at a right angle with the base, even if you have to extend it out. So that's 32 square inches. Alright, so here we have a 60-degree, this is our hypotenuse. So we have to first figure out what our short side is. Half of the 14 is 7. Then we multiply by radical 3, so the height is 7 radical 3. Again, area of parallelogram is base times the height. And remember, with radicals, you just do outside times outside. So 24 times 7, 168, radical 3 square centimeters. Area of the triangle. Well, this is 24. We have 12 and 12. And then we do the Pythagorean theorem to find this. 12 squared plus b squared equals 13 squared. That's 144 plus b squared equals 169. B squared equals 25, which makes this 5. Area is 1/2 base times height. Half 24 is 12 times 5 is 60. Find the area of a square with a diagonal of 10 radical 2. Oh, that's 90. That's 45. That's 45. The legs are going to be 10 radical 2 divided by radical 2. Cancels. So 10 times 10 is 100 square units. Find the area of a regular hexagon with a radius of length of 5 feet. So, first off, 360 degrees divided by 5 6, hexagon, silly me, is 60 degrees. So each central angle is 60 degrees. When we split this here, that is going to make this right here 30 degrees. That's 90. So if this is 5, that's the hypotenuse. Then the short side, which is down here, is going to be 5 divided by radical 3, which we must rationalize. So that's, sorry, on the wrong side. The hypotenuse is twice the short side. So that makes this 2.5. Which makes the height 2.5 radical 3. That's the apothem. So the perimeter, this is 2.5, this is 2.5, that means each side is 5. So the perimeter is 5 times 6, which is 30 units. That should be feet. That's the perimeter. So the area is 1/2 the apothem, 2.5 radical 3, times the perimeter, 30. So 1/2 of 30 is 15. 15 times 2.5 is 37.5, and the radical 3 just stays. Find the area of a regular pentagon with a perimeter of 30. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 30 divided by 5 is 6. So each side is 6, which makes this 3. 360 divided by 6. Go the other way again. 5. I got these backwards. 5 is, brain's not working. Sorry. 360 divided by 5 is 72. Okay? So, that means this right here is 36 degrees. We're trying to find the apothem. So we have the opposite side, we're trying to find the adjacent. That's tangent. Tangent of 36 degrees equals 3 over x. So remember, we switched these. 3 divided by tangent of 36. So x is 4.13, which is also the apothem. So area is 1/2 the apothem times the perimeter, which we know is 30. So once again, half of 30 is 15 times 4.13, 61.95 square units. All right, the area ratios of similar figures is 16 to 49. What's the ratio of the perimeters? Well, if you remember in our notes, we had perimeter, area, and cubic. And this was A over B, A squared over B squared, A cubed over B cubed. This is volume. So if the area is 16 over 49, we basically just need to square root it 4/7. The area is 2581. What's the ratio of volumes? Well, first we're going to step back and do the area, the perimeters, which would be 5 over 9. And then we're going to cube that to get 125 over 729. So we step back to perimeter and then go forward to cube. Square the same area as the following shapes. Square the side measure of 16 meters. Find the missing dimension for each of the following shapes. So if it has a side of 16, that's 16 squared, which is 256 meters squared. So if the rectangle has a length of 8, and this has got to be 256, then it's basically 8 times x equals 256. X is 32 meters. Parallelogram has a height of 32. Well, let's just go in the opposite direction. So what is the base? Again, you just divide by 32. This time x is 5 meters. Rhombus with a base of 64 meters. Remember, a rhombus has all 4 equal sides. So all these sides are 64. And area is base times the height. So 256 equals 64 times the height. We divide by 64, and the area is 4 meters. Triangle with a height of 16. So remember, it's 256 equals 1/2 base times 16. Well, 1/2 of 16 is 8. So we divide 256 by 8. We get 32 meters. The area of a triangle is 70.98. The area height is 8.4. what's the measure of the side perpendicular to the height of the triangle? So 70.98 is the area, 1/2 base times the height of 8.4. 1/2 of 8.4 is 4.2. So we divide by 4.2, we get 16.9 inches for the base. Okay, find the lateral area, surface area, and volume of each figure. Leave your answer in terms of pi when necessary. Round decimals to the nearest hundredth. So first off, you have to decide what your base is going to be. So we shouldn't. Rectangular prisms are hard because you can go any direction on it. But let's say this is our base. So the perimeter of our base is 9 plus 9 plus 5 plus 5, which is 28 meters. So LA is area of the base times the height, which is 168 meters squared. Remember, the area of the base is 9 times 5, which is 45 meters squared. The surface area is basically the lateral area, 168, plus 2 times 45. So 2 times 45 is 90. So that means it's 258 square meters. And volume is simply 9 times 5 times 6, which is 270 cubic meters. All right. The triangles are our bases. But we need to know, we know this is 14 over here. We need to find this measurement right here. Well, if this is 5 and this is 12, we do our old friend Pythagoras. So it's 25 plus 144 equals c squared. C squared equals 169 square root. C is 13. Not all of our numbers are in. But we need the area of the base and the perimeter of our base. So the perimeter is 5 plus 12 plus 13. So the perimeter is 30 feet. The area of the base is 1/2 5 times 12, which is also 30 feet, coincidentally. The lateral area is 30 feet times the 14 feet, which is 420 square meters. The surface area is at 420 plus 2 times the area of the base, 30. So that's 480 square meters. And the volume is 30 times 14, which is again 420 cubic meters. All right. So we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hexagon. So the perimeter is 9 times 6, which is 54 kilometers. The lateral area is at 54 times the height, which is 324 kilometers squared. We still need to find the area of the base. The area of the base is 1/2 the apothem, which is given to us, 7.8, times 54. Half 54 is 27, times 7.8 is 210.6. So the surface area is this number doubled added to 324, which is 745.2 kilometers squared. And the volume is the area of the base times the height of 6. So 210.6 times 6 is 1263.6 cubic kilometers. Okay, our bases are the two trapezoids. So our perimeter is the 11 plus the 6 plus the 2 7s. So that makes 31. The lateral area is at 31 times 16. But remember, 16, the height is the length that connects the two bases, which is 496 square centimeters. The surface area is going to be this, plus 2 times the base, which we don't have yet. The area of the base is 1/2 11 plus 6 times the 6.5, the height that was given to us. So the area of the base is 55.25, which we will double and add to the 496 to get 606.5. Because remember, the lateral area is the wraparound label, and then we have two bases to add in. The volume is the area of the base times the height, which is 884 cubic centimeters. Okay, now we have a right cylinder. The diameter of the base is 10. So since we have pi, we're going to leave our answers in terms of pi. The lateral area is pi times the diameter times the height. So that's 60 pi square feet. The area of the base is, remember the radius is 5, so pi r squared, 25 pi. So the area, the surface area, is 60 pi plus 25 plus 25 pi. That's 110 pi square feet. The volume is the area of the base times the height of 6. So 6 times 25 is 150 pi cubic feet. Okay, a spherical ball with diameter of 16. That's a radius of 8. So surface area is 4 times pi times the radius squared, which works out to be 256 pi centimeters squared. Volume is 4 pi radius cubed divided by 3. That works out to be 2,048 thirds times pi cubic centimeters. All right. We need to find this, which is 8. So the diameter is 16. And then we need to find this, the true height. So 8 squared plus b squared equals 17 squared. 64 plus b squared equals, brain not working, 17 squared, 289. So b squared equals 289 minus 64, 225. B is 15. So the lateral area is pi RL. So lateral area is pi times the radius times the slant height of 17. So 17 times 8 is 136 pi square centimeters. Surface area is going to be that plus the area of the base. Area of the base is pi r squared. So 8 times 8 is 64 pi. And there's only one of them, so 64 plus 136 is 200 pi square centimeters. And volume is the area of the base times the height divided by 3. So that's 64 pi, area of the base, times the height divided by 3. That works out to be 320 pi cubic centimeters. Okay, the area of the base is 28 times 28, which is 784. The slant height is 50. So we need to find out what there's the center, up to there, up to there. We need to find the true height. So this is 14, half of 28. So 14 squared plus b squared equals 50 squared. So 14 squared is 196, is 2,500. So 2,500 minus 196. 2304, and the square root of 2304 is 48. So the height is 48. So the lateral area is 1/2 the perimeter, which is 28 times 4, times the slant height. This is just going off the gray card formula sheet you can use. So the lateral area is 2,800 square meters. The surface area is that plus the 784. So that's 3,584 square meters. is 784, here at the base, times the true height, 48, divided by 3. Works out to be 12,544 meters cubed. Basically the last page plus one more question. The radius of the base of the right cylinder is 12. The height is 14. Find the surface area. Well, the surface area is going to be diameter 24 it's 2 pi RH, but 2 times R is the diameter, 24. Times pi times H, so 14. Plus 2 times the area of the base, which is going to be 12 squared, 144 pi. You do 24 times 14, and then add 288 pi, and you get 624 pi square centimeters. What's the lateral face of a prism? A rectangle. What's the shape of the lateral face of a pyramid? Triangle. Base of a prism is a regular pentagon that measures 6 centimeters on each side. It has a height of 17. What's the lateral area? Well, you need to know the area of the base, which is 6 times 5, pentagon, 30. The lateral area is going to be 30 times 17, which is 510 square centimeters. Slant height of a regular pyramid is 10. Length of each side of the base is 6. Find the lateral area. 1/2, 24, 6 times 4, times 10. That's 120 square centimeters. A sphere has a volume of 500 pi divided by 3. Find the radius. You're just working backwards. So 500 pi over 3 equals 4 pi r cubed over 3. Well, first off, multiply both sides by 3. Do that. So you end up with 500 pi equals 4 pi r cubed. Well, if you divide by 4 pi, pi's cancel. 500 divided by 4. Brain not working. 500 divided by 4. Actually, I can do that. 125. So 125 equals r cubed. The cube root both sides. R equals 5 centimeters. Square pyramid has a volume of 270. Try to find the length of the side. Height of 10. Divided by 3. So first off, I'm going to multiply both sides by 3. Cancel. And I get 0. 810. 10s squared. Divide by 10. S squared equals 81. Square root both sides. 9 centimeters. Soccer ball is sold in a 10 by 10 by 10 box. If it touches all 6 sides, what's the volume of the remaining space inside the box? First off, you have to find the volume of the cube. That's 10 by 10 by 10, which is 1,000 cubic inches. Then you have to find the volume of the soccer ball. Then you need, whoopsie. Then you need the volume of the ball. Well, remember, volume of a sphere is 4 times pi times r cubed. Well, if the diameter of the ball is 10, that's 5 cubed divided by 3. So 5 squared is 125 times 4 divided by 3 times 3.14 pi is 523.3 repeating. That's what I'm doing. So if you subtract those two, you get 476.7 cubic inches. Okay, swimming pool. It's 3 by 6 by 9. How big is the area of the pool that needs to be painted? Well, that's going to be the lateral area plus only one base because there is no top, right? So the area of the base is 54. The perimeter of the base is 6 and 6 and 9 and 9. 30. So the lateral area is 30 times 3. So you have 90 plus 54 is 144 square meters to be painted. How much will it cost? Well, that's 144 times 6, which is $864. How many liters of water will it take? Well, that's 54 times 3 is 162. Cubic meters. And it says 1 cubic meter is 1,000 liters. So times 1,000, that's 162,000 liters. A lot. And the last one for this section, being on a job, being inside of an apartment, has 4 units. Each unit is an efficiency apartment in the shape of a rectangular solid. With a length of 20, width of 30, a height of 9. Assuming you don't have to paint the floor or the ceiling, how many square feet of wall space is there? So that's just straight up lateral area. That's going to be 900 square feet. Now, it says it's going to cost $25 per gallon, and each gallon covers 200. Well, you're going to have to buy, and it says 2 coats. So that's really 1,800 square feet. divided by 200 is 9 gallons. Times $25 a pop, that's $225 of paint. And that is it for this chapter.